We're also following breaking news from Washington today. Former Trump campaign chairman Paul Manafort reached a tentative plea deal with special counsel Robert Mueller. He is expected to admit his guilt in order to avoid what would have been his second criminal trial this year. Paula Reid is outside the federal courthouse in Washington with all the details. Paula, good morning.
Good morning. This is a significant about face for President Trump's former campaign chairman Paul Manafort, who had vowed to fight all of the charges that had been filed against him by special counsel Robert Mueller. Now, Manafort was convicted last month on charges of tax fraud and bank fraud in federal court in Virginia, and he faced a second trial here in Washington that was expected to start next week. And those charges were more closely related to his foreign lobbying work on behalf of pro-Russia Ukrainian politicians. But after evaluating the emotional and financial toll that a second criminal prosecution would take, he has agreed to enter a plea deal. It appears he will plead guilty to conspiracy against the United States and conspiracy to obstruct justice in order to make this trial go away. Now, the outstanding question is whether or not this deal requires any cooperation. Sources have told me that he was trying not to have to cooperate at all. We know Mike Flynn, he had to cooperate as part of his plea deal. Richard Gates, he had to cooperate as part of his plea deal. But so far, it does not appear that there is any cooperation required on behalf of Mr. Manafort. So far, no indication that he's to share any information he knows about the president or his inner circle as part of this deal. And that means that he is still possibly could get a pardon from the president. Gayle?
Paula, let me ask you one question. So why would the special counsel agree to a deal if they couldn't use it to get leverage, to get information out of him? And then also, having pled, Manafort still faces some kind of penalty for the things he's pled to, right?
Absolutely. And he's already been convicted in Virginia. So he hasn't been sentenced yet for that case, but he already faces likely the rest of his life in prison if he is not pardoned. So for the special counsel, for any prosecutor, really, it's just how you want to sort of allocate your resources. They only have so much manpower, so much money, so much time. And for them, a second prosecution of the same person who they had already gotten a partial conviction for just wasn't worth it.
All right, Paula, thanks so much.